Joining me on Terror Machine. This is your monthly love reading for the month of July 2017, and this will be for the sign of Scorpio. So let me go ahead and give the cards to shuffle to see what overall energies you'll be working with for the rest of this month, and see what is going on for the month of for you. Card flipped over. So you got the card of miracles. So basically what it's saying is that miracles to me is being more hopeful for singles. It's saying that you have to be more hopeful or um and kind of put a more faith that you will be in a one-on-one relationship with somebody. I mean, I know miracles is a kind of weird thing for a love reading, but to me, it's more of hope and hoping that you'll find the right person to be in a one-on-one relationship with, and that person could be what you want that person to be when it comes to being in a one-on-one relationship. If it's more of you already coupled up with somebody, it's just saying, put more faith in your relationship. Or if you're going through rocky times, just saying that you put more faith in your relationship, that it can whatever issues is going on will kind of dissipate and clear out, and it will turn for the better. And always putting hope in your relationship and in your bond with your one-on-one with your companion, or any one-on-one dealings with your significant other. So let me go ahead and get the cards shuffled and see what energies you've been working with and going to be working with for the month. Okay. The first card you have in the middle is the Ten of Wands in the upright. The Ten of Wands in the upright, if you're single, it's just saying that you could be meeting a person that has a lot of stuff on their plate, or at this time they may not be really focused on a relationship due to all this external stuff they have in their own personal life. Or you could be having a feeling during the month that you feel like if you um get into a relationship, it's kind of not the right time, because you will feel that it will be actually a burden to whatever um things that you already got on your plate going on in your personal life. Either somebody's thinking about this about you, or you're thinking about this with somebody else, that if you got into a relationship with them, you can be figuring that you have to take on some kind of slack that they're not kind of clearing up, or trying to put a resolve to. And you feel like if you got in a relationship with that person, that it would be just a little bit too much, and they may be presenting that to you, or you're presenting that to someone else. If you already coupled up, it's just saying that you at a period that your relationship is getting hit at all angles with all this miscellaneous stuff that's maybe coming in from the outside. And what it's doing is it's causing you, either it's causing you to think a certain way, or your companions think a certain way, that whatever is hitting your relationship and messing with your bond is starting to be a confliction, and starting to kind of interfere with your actual bond. Or they feel like they have to take on all this external stuff just to keep the home front intact, or the relationship intact, and they can be feeling like it is a burden just to uphold, you kind of fight off different stuff that's going in along in your relationship, when it comes to external stuff or internal stuff that's going on between you and your companion. Either you're thinking about this, or your companion is thinking about this. What the card you have underneath you is the devil in reverse. So the devil in reverse is what it's saying is that you're gonna for singles, you're gonna stop trying to pick people to be in a relationship with that have they can have habits, or they have a certain characteristic or ongoing pattern that you feel that it doesn't match your whole idea of a person that you will be in a one-on-one relationship with, or you hit a certain standpoint now that you're tired of repeating the same picking up the same type of people, and maybe one of the things is you're tired of picking up companions or people to be in a one-on-one relationship that always have something else going on, with the ten of wands in the middle of something else going on in their life that is conflicting and cannot help build a better bond between you and a person that you want to be in a relationship with. Either somebody's doing this to you, or you're doing this to them, that they came to this mind state that they ready to drop a ongoing thing just so they can move past that point and start doing something a little bit different to bring in a one-on-one relationship to their sphere. If you already couple up, what it's saying is that you're to clear all these burdens that's being a confliction into your relationship. What y'all trying to do is basically take a new angle on how to clear all these burdens up in that is affecting your bond with your companion. Either your companion is going to do this to you, or you're going to kind of do this and put this in effect, that you need to look at a different angle to kind of clear out some of this weird stuff that's going on in a relationship that is conflicting with your bond with your companion. And you're both kind of deciding you both need to look at it from a different angle and not take whatever burdens that's coming at you in the same way. You take a different way to try to get rid of them or clear them up from you. If okay, the card you have in the past is the Two of Cups in the reverse. The Two of Cups in the reverse is saying for singles, whoever you was meeting due to the two of some confliction or some habitual thing that was happening every time you was talking to this person, you was not getting an emotional connection with the person. The person basically, to my sense of it, is they was being detached when you was trying to approach them to be in a one-on-one relationship. Either they was doing this to you, or you was doing this to this whoever this person in the past was. You was playing so disconnected with the person that you knew that you couldn't build any kind of emotional tie to the person, or the person lacked the quality of having a emotional tie with when it came to being in a one-on-one relationship, and you felt that wasn't a perfect fit for you to be in a relationship with that person. Either somebody thought this about you, or you thought this about somebody else that you dealt with in the past, that the connection was not there. It couldn't be even, and you couldn't get any kind of emotional satisfaction out that situation, because it it was lacking something that was not, it just didn't lack something that hit you at a hard space. If you already coupled up, it's just saying that do because in the past your companion could have been just like singles looking for somebody. Your companion could have became kind of disconnected from you, in a sense that they wasn't trying to do have an emotional bond with you, or they kind of wilted down their feelings because of other stuff that was being interjected into the relationship at that time. It was basically they was being disconnected to try to work on something else that they felt that would be a benefit to the relationship. Either you did it to your companion, or your companion did this to you, that they was practicing some deconnection in the relationship and not trying to look at the situation or look at certain things that were um, conflicting with your bond in a emotional sense. So they decided to kind of look at the situation from a different angle of how to fix what was going wrong in your relationship. Either you did this to your companion, or your companion did this to you. what you have above you is the three of cups in the reverse. So for singles, what it's saying is you could be meeting a person, but it's not going to be in a social setting. Could be meeting this person out and about doing everyday stuff, or you could be meeting this person at the job. It's just that you could be trying the online thing to meet somebody. Either somebody is doing this to you, or you doing this in your life to try to get into a one-on-one relationship, or you came to a point to disconnect because you do have the devil underneath you, that you tried meeting people before in a social setting, and you did that all the time, and you kept meeting people that either had too many burdens, they was acting very cold and disconnected, or they just was not a perfect match. By you meeting people that were through friends, or you was meeting them at a bar, or you was meeting them at some kind of somebody else's wedding, somebody's birthday party, somebody, you was meeting these people in a social aspect, but you was not getting a clear picture because they was only presenting themselves the way they was going to present themselves just at that flash moment. Either you did this to somebody, or somebody did this to you, and or you be coming across somebody that has that sort of mind frame, or that mindset, or you have this mindset that you're going to try another way of meeting or getting into a one-on-one relationship that's outside a celebratory kind of way or gathering. If you already coupled up, it's just saying that to clear out some of these burdens, you're going to practice some kind of isolation in the relationship and kind of rework your bond with your companion. Either your companion is going to be in the mood not to go out and rather stay at home and kind of home down on some stuff, or you're going to be doing this, that you feel like with all the social stuff that you do, nothing really is helping your relationship build or become more better or solid. So you deciding to kind of isolate yourself as a couple to try to clear out certain things that you feel that is more important to make a better bond than other than always going out or going to do things or meeting other couples or dealing with outside family members that are not in your house for kind of family gatherings, or you just decided that that kind of time is over because you need to hone down on some stuff that's some stuff that is coming up that you feel can be a confliction in your relationship. The last card you have is the hangman in the reverse. So the hangman in reverse is saying for singles that if you're trying to meet a person and being in a one-on-one relationship, you're not thinking or weighing any pros and cons. You making quick judgments when it comes to whoever you're dealing with to get in a one-on-one relationship. So if they present information to you, you're making what is called a snap judgment, because usually the hangman in the upright is you weighing pros and cons, and you taking all the information that you're getting to make a logical decision, but you're kind of staying neutral before making a decision until you get all you need to make a solid decision. But what it's saying is in the reverse. Everybody you meet that they present themselves and want to be on a one-on-one relationship with you, they may present information to you, but based on that information, you are already making a snap judgment on the person, and you already, once they say like three lines, you already know if you want the person or you don't want the person. And it's maybe in the dialect or the way they present themselves, but is sensing something in that is in you that you're not going to deal with it, or you will deal with it. You making the quick judgment of how you going to deal with this person if you're going to be in a one-on-one relationship with them. Either you're doing this to somebody, or somebody going to do this to you. Once you present yourself and state that you want to be in a relationship with this person, what's going to happen is they're going to make a cut dry decision on either they're going to get with you or not get with you. If you are already coupled up, what it's saying is that y'all both had decided just to go ahead and move forward, and regardless of the information that may come in that could help the relationship or have a negative kind of setback to the relationship, you made a decision to move forward because the burdens that you carrying um, in the relationship or in your bond, or what is affecting your bond, is the more important thing than trying to sit back and keep analyzing stuff to, and then this whole thing is conflicting with your relationship, or whatever is conflicting with your bond keeps festering on. So you decided as a couple to just go ahead and do it and clear it out, and that's your firm decision on it, and y'all just gonna go ahead and move ahead and clear out whatever is being a confliction in your relationship. Either your companion is going to do this, or you're going to do this by just trying to, I'm trying to say, you're trying to remove, or not, you're not trying to band-aid the situation, but you're trying to put a rest to it and be done with it for a final note. But for you to do that, it has to be done in a kind of a split second decision, and that's what mine states you running with it to clear out some of these things that are having a negative aspect on your relationship. And that's basically making split decisions to do the kind of fix some stuff that's going wrong. So let me go ahead and get some cards on these clarifiers and see what we is working with. See what the devil is, why you're being unchained to certain stuff. Okay, this one flipped over. Okay, you got the Two of Pentacles and the uprights. For singles, you're unchaining from this certain pattern about picking up people, because it always leaves you in a cross. No matter what decision you make, it maybe you was chained to this old pattern of how you pick up people, or this type of people you picked up. Every time you got with them, they kept having you going off kilter. They kept having the relationship going off kilter. The relationship was never set in balance to a point that you were satisfied with it. So you became at this mind state of, you're not going to pick up this type of person, even though it's habituary to get that same type of person. You decided not to do it because it's not keeping you stable. It's not bringing the balance that you're looking for to be in a one-on-one relationship. Either somebody think this about you, or you're thinking this about somebody that, or about that, or you have this internal feeling, or this person have this internal feeling about every time they get in a relationship, it's leaving them unbalanced. So, and the same for couples, whatever is hitting your relationship and causing a confliction is just leaving you unbalanced of which way to move to clear these issues out, or is leaving you unbalanced with your bond with your companion. And and it's becoming a hard thing to deal with, because as time goes on, the issue not being cleared out is still there, but it's not making the situation better, and it's not making your bond better. Either your companion is thinking this, or you're thinking about this when it's dealing with your companion, that no matter what angle you doing, it's leaving stuff going off the Richter kind of. So you both probably decided, okay, we're going to do this a certain way so we can bring back some kind of stability and balance into our relationship. Let me see what else you have. King of Cups. Okay. Definitely for singles. One of the patterns that you picking up, and I'm getting it, you're picking up somebody that's over emotional. I mean, they way too emotional. You got the King of Cups in the reverse. So basically, maybe your habituatory pattern that you're trying to break is trying to stop getting people that are emotionally needy. And maybe the person you're meeting and trying to talk to is thinking about that too, that they don't want somebody that's extra clingy. I'm getting the word extra clingy. They like super clingy and needy, and if they don't get that attention or get that part of their emotion catered to, they start acting a fool. And when they act a fool, it's starting to have the relationship go off balance. Either you're doing this or somebody coming at you that's been through this, or you're going to meet somebody that just left a situation that's been like this, that they every time they get into a relationship, they become off kilter because whoever they're picking up is over emotional, and they kind of get to a point that they can't tolerate the relationship, or when they having the feeling like it's a burden. It's not a burden of an outside thing, it's a more internal drama of catering to this type of attitude, or this type of need that they have, that it always has to be catered to once their mouth open up, and it's becoming too much, and they may be trying to leave a relationship like that. If you are already coupled up, what it's saying is that one of the conflictions is that, and I hate to say it, because of the devil in reverse, the two of pentacles upright, and the king of cups, one of you in the relationship was not giving the other companion their fair shake when it came to putting something down. I'm hearing that it was all about you at that time, or either your companion was thinking about this, or you was thinking about this with your companion. No matter, all this burden was jumping off. What about me? What? Okay, that's cool, but what about me? It was more that when you was trying to clear these burdens out, somebody's emotion went overboard at the wrong time when you supposed to be focusing on how to build a better bond with your companion. It started to become me, 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 and that wasn't even the true intent. The true intent was trying to get a fair emotional balance between the relationship, but it shifted to one partner. And I'm hearing it shifted to one partner needing all this attention, needing to be catered to, and it was being done at the wrong time, and it was done for the wrong purpose. So let me go ahead and see why the two of cups in the past kind of got you, I ain't gonna say twisted up, but why you was becoming detached. So let me go ahead and see what's upper with that. You was being detached in the past for singles. You was being detached to a certain person that was maybe coming up to you because you just wasn't hitting an emotional bond with them in the past, or somebody did this to you. Somebody was being pushy. This is the Queen of Wands in the upright. Queen of Wands got a lot of drive and fire about herself, and she ready to go and rush up out there. But this person became too pushy. It was just a pushy situation. You can't, either you came off to somebody like this, or somebody came off like this to you, that they felt every time you was being presented with this sort of offer of being in a relationship, they was gunning the issue, kind of. And it became the driving thing. That's all they was talking about, and it became a turn off. Or they was gunning their presence all the time in your face, and you got tired of it because it was no balance in it, and it wasn't a fair shake of, say you met this person in a social thing, and it was your friends, and this a person that's one of your friends that wanted to get with you. Y'all all meet somewhere. This is a scenario. Y'all all meet somewhere. Then when you trying to be social with everybody else, all of a sudden this person is riding you like a backpack. They always have to be up in your face and trying to make a presence everywhere you go. like you was in a relationship. Either you did this to somebody or somebody did this to you, and it became annoying, and you knew you couldn't work with it because you probably is a person that's not turned on to people that are pushy or kind of being the glue to the paper, or they was doing too much to make themselves be the one, kind of, to be in a relationship with you. Either you did this to somebody or somebody did this to you. If you was already coupled up, what it's saying is, because you're, either you did this or your companion did this, became detached because they was being needy, and they made that the driving point at some point in the past, that they was gunning an issue, or they kept bringing up why you're not catering to them, or why didn't you do this, that, and the other. And they kind of, I ain't gonna say, because I don't really see a sword up in here, but it came off to be, I ain't gonna even say bitchy. It became to be naggy after a while. I mean, it was like the person, instead of it just being brought up as a casual conversation so you can fix it and work on it together. What happened was they was nagging that thing to death, basically. They was nagging it to death, and they was trying to drive that one thing, and after a while you became detached from it, because basically every time you turned around, it was hitting you like a brick wall. And maybe that's why you feel like certain things you're trying to clean up in your relationship now is starting to be a burden, because of this attitude that's bleeding over, that it has to be driven one way, or it has to be done one way, or it has to have this robotic kind of feel to the relationship. Either your companion is doing this, or you're doing this to your companion in the past. Let's see what your second card is. Ooh, yeah, that, you out in the cold with that one. Yeah, Five of Pentacles in the upright. So you definitely had, for singles, this person that was pushy in the past. Either you did this or did, they always felt like, usually the Five of Pentacles is, they feel like they going without. And in this sense, these people, whoever you was going to deal with, to be in a one-on-one relationship with, they was always feeling like they was always out of a relationship. I keep getting this was like an ongoing pattern, and they always would get in a relationship, can't get a connection, because they always had it going in a certain way, that they was always going, even if they was in a relationship, they always felt like they was not in a relationship, or they wasn't getting what they need, or they nagged the person to death, or they did certain things in the relationship. They did hella nitpicking. I'm hearing nitpicking. They nitpicked their relationship out the door. That's what I'm hearing. Either you did this to somebody in the past, or somebody in the past did this, that somebody nitpicked the relationship out the door. Basically, they're harping and driving to one issue, and acting like they ain't getting what they want in the relationship, or acting like they're lacking and needing, that um they nagged it to a tombstone. They did what they did, and usually the ones are people that is overly sexual. They nagged it to death because they wasn't getting enough. I mean, it's different scenarios of why people would nag a relationship to a tombstone, but this person you was dealing with the past, either nagged their way through the relationship and destroyed the bond, or they nagged to a certain point, like they was going without some kind of emotional tie, and they kept making that the issue when it really wasn't. Either you did this in the past to somebody, or somebody in the past did this to you. If you already coupled up, what it's saying is, it would be the same for couples as singles, that somebody was bringing up a I ain't gonna say it's not a valid issue, but they was bringing up something that was not really there, and putting extra boo boo stank on it, like it was the end of the world, or or they was seriously suffering, like they was going through torture, or they was putting too much boo boo stank on whatever they was trying to drive a point on, and that turned you off in the past of dealing with your companion like that. Either you did this to your companion or your companion did this to you. That they was harping so hard on some stuff that wasn't there, or it was not really like that. If they would have turned the other side of the coin over and looked at it, that it made you disconnected in the past, like, oh, okay, they crying about stuff that's not there, and it kind of got you upset or mad, or had you frustrated, so you kind of disconnected from whatever they was talking about, and gave that person some space, I guess, to vent, or to see where it was going to go, but it just didn't go nowhere. You kind of ignored it because you knew it wasn't going down like that. So either you knew this or your companion knew this. So let's see why you want to herm up. You got the Three of Swords and the reverse. So what it's saying is, for singles, the reason why you don't want to meet a person in a social factor is because every time you picked up a candidate, you got stabbed up. Basically, you got stabbed up. You got stabbed up in different levels, different angles, different directions. Either you got stabbed up emotionally, not really in a coin sense. Either you got stabbed up on your how to maintain your own independence and balance, or you got stabbed up by dealing with somebody that was super pushy, or you just fell out of love with the person after you got them. But that's why you do not want to meet a person moving forward for a one-on-one through a social thing. Either somebody's coming at you like that, or somebody is you coming at somebody like that, because you've been hurt before with the whole let me find somebody through my friends, and it comes to kind of bring some kind of stupid unbalance to the way you interact on a one-on-one relationship, because you've been hurt with the different characters you've been picking up and lying in bed with. Either the person you're going to be dealing with has been through this, or you have been through this, and that's how it's getting down. If you are already coupled up, it's just saying is that you do not want to put any more fuel to the fire. So, because you know it's already issues that's going on in your relationship that need to be cleared up, and it needs to be isolated and worked on in a one-on-one situation. But the problem is, if you go out and not handle your business, here comes some more fuel to the fire because you didn't clear it out. And that's what the Three of Swords I'm getting for people that's already coupled up. That if you go out, here comes the hose to pump out the gas on the fire, and here this go. It got bigger than what it's supposed to. So you deciding not to go out because you don't want to add more fuel to the fire. You rather sit back and isolate and kill the issue off and let it be done with. So what's the one card flipped out of my heart. Ooh, I'm so tired of this page. The Page of Cups. I'm so tired of pages, period. But for singles, whoever you're going to meet, basically what it's saying is, one, they not hear this pattern to go, getting these people with these bad emotions. This person don't know, is one, younger than you, and they don't know how to keep their emotions intact. And maybe this younger person that's coming at you has been through this whirlwind of stuff. One thing about this reading, I'm judging, they ain't bringing it to light though. They just gonna let you kind of trip up and get in line with it, and you get with them, then you find all this stuff out, because it's no source. It ain't nobody putting no words down on it. You just going, you're running on comatose, basically. You're just not thinking about it. So either this person's coming at you like this, or you coming at this person like that, that you acting like you can't control your emotions somehow, or this pattern of these people that are emotionally needy keep popping up for singles. They just keep popping up, that you keep running into characters that either have a emotional flaw with them, about being isolated in a one-on-one relationship. This is what I'm hearing, that they just don't know what to do in an isolated one-on-one situation. So when you get them in that kind of zone, they go out of control. They're trying to expand the box. Either you're doing this or somebody coming at you like this. But this characteristic keep coming up, that you're dealing with people that are younger and they don't have their emotions together. And maybe that's why you was hurt in the past, that you keep picking people. Maybe you older and you trying to do the spring chicken thing, and it's just not working. It's just not working. And this is what I'm getting to, trying to get somebody younger so you can look younger, you know faking the funk on the age kind of thing. So that's what I'm getting for singles. Either you're doing this or somebody's getting with you because you're the younger one of the two and trying to do the spring chicken thing. That's what I'm hearing. If you already coupled up, what it's saying is basically, when you isolate your companion to work on this issue to clear out what is having a negative effect on your bond, your companion is going to be acting like a baby. It is what it is. Maybe your companion will be one of these people that always want to go out and be social, whatever, and trying to hone them down just to focus on something is going to be, they're going to go kicking and screaming, actually. Kicking and screaming when you say, okay, we need to take care of this and handle this. Kick and scream, whine, I'm going without, blah, 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 blah. And that's what the pattern is, seems like is about to get ready and go down, because you want to clear out these issues, but they want to kick and scream while you want to clear it out, or act like they emotionally out of control, or they can't control their emotions, or they're emotionally needy, or they driving this point, me, 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 me. It is what it is. That's how your companion, either you're going to come like this with your companion or your companion's going to come like this to you. Let me go ahead and see about the hangman in reverse, because somebody ain't thinking about nothing. Nobody's weighing no information on somebody. I hope an information card come up on you. You got the world in reverse. Okay. Whatever. Okay, for singles, by you, either somebody coming at you like this, or you're coming at like this for somebody, by making these quick kind of snap decisions when you comes to dealing with people, I'm gonna hate to tell you, you're not winning. You're not winning, because it's not changing anything that you want when it comes to being in a one-on-one relationship. What it is that the world brings about change, but you're not getting no change either by having this snap decision on people, or trying to make a quick call based on three lines that they say, either to get in a relationship with them or not to get a relationship with them. It's not changing the factor that you still may be picking up some junk people. It's not doing it. Even if you cutting them off, it's not you cutting them off real fast and not trying to weigh the pros and cons on the person to see what you working with. You're not winning. It's basically, you're not winning, because you're judging them so fast and saying yes or yes to them real fast, may end up you getting the same type of person, but a different type of person, like a different facet of the person, but the person still have the same true wrong characteristics. Either somebody is doing this to you or you doing this to somebody else. That the snap call is just not, it's not working. It's basically, it's not going to bring you to a better level of trying to get into a one-on-one relationship with somebody that you want to be in a relationship, or the idea of a person that you want to be in a relationship. That snap call is having you frozen with the same people, picking the same people. If you already coupled up, what it's saying is you're going to be riding this for a hot minute, knocking these issues out and dealing with your companion being a baby, or dealing with your companion trying to push an issue, or you're going to work with this for a while. This, you're going to have to craft this real good. If you're trying to put in something that can be a benefit to a relationship, it's going to be a minute, because it's with the 10 of wands. I can look at the cards right now. I see 10 issues on the table. Somebody's too young. Somebody's trying to protect themselves. You ain't got no bond. Ain't got no bond. Acting like you going out with something. Trying to dealing with a super baby. Do a super baby. Trying to keep in balance. Trying to unchain from stuff. And doing these damn quick calls. So you is going to be working with this for a hot minute with this. So if you're trying to try to put in something that could be a benefit, I just have to warn you, it's going to be a minute. And at the same time, it may have to take you to get a new angle on it, but it's going to be a hot minute. You're going to be fighting for this for a hot minute. And I ain't going to even say a time frame, but maybe that's why you're praying for a miracle, because it seems like it's all this is hitting at once in your relationship, and you just can't find an angle of how to clear it out or put in something new to deal with the situation that's on the table that is either conflicting with the relationship, or causing something to go off the Richter with the relationship, or making it lose balance in the relationship, or not getting your fair shake or a give and take in the relationship. Either your companion is thinking this or being through this, or you're doing this. But whatever issue you're trying to clear up, is going to be a minute before you see a positive change to whatever you bring it into, to bring into the relationship, that you're hoping to make it a positive thing, because it's too many layers of stuff that's going on. I mean, this is too many layers that needs to be peeled away and dealt with one by one. That's what I'm hearing. Let's see what the last card is. Okay, it flipped out and I'm gonna work with it. Empress in reverse. For you're not winning. Okay, for singles trying to trying to find a new direction on getting somebody, it's something about the people that you're picking, or it's a characteristic. Usually the Empress means giving birth, fertility, being open, being very receptive, being nurturing. You could be meeting, either you're coming off like this, or somebody's coming off like this, trying to be hella cold, just being a bitch, because the Empress in reverse is somebody you don't want to deal with. They become moody, whiny, bitchy, hot mess. They become all these things rolled up in a gumbo. It'd be like, wow, deraveled, you know, harping on stuff. So what it is either you're coming off like this to somebody, or somebody coming off like this to you, when they running up and trying to be harping on stuff, bringing up issues that ain't really there, acting like they're the victim when it comes to being in a relationship, or they didn't get the fair share of the relationship, or they didn't get the fair shake in a relationship one-on-one. Either somebody's coming at you, and I'm putting it in order. Somebody's coming at you like this. Not really, I don't see Scorpios going through this, but I see somebody really running up on you like that. They running up on you real bad like that. And on top of it, what makes it bad, they keep presenting themselves. They keep presenting themselves to you. You can't shake this person. This person, whack job. Whack job. That's only one word I got for you. Whack job. Because I can tell you're trying to break away from that pattern of getting them type of people, but they keep popping up. They like a bad weed in a green field. It's like they just keep popping up, and they all in your face. And every time you turn around, they there. That's what's so stupid about this. And the whole problem is with the one thing, and I'm make this real serious for singles. You got a bad problem of getting these type of people. Either that characteristic is wrapped in a person that you keep getting that's younger than you, or you trying to be so focused on the perfect bond with the two of cups in reverse. You're trying to be focused on the perfect bond that you will work with junk to build a mansion. It's one of these weird things that you will work with anything just kind of to be in a relationship or to have a some kind of balance in your emotional in your relationships, that you're taking junk and trying to make a Corvette out of it, and it just ain't working. That skill, that there's only a few with that kind of skill, but no, you keep picking the same people. So either somebody's coming at you like this, or you presenting yourself like that. That you know that this whole thing is kind of getting messed up from the get gate based on the type of people you're trying to be in a relationship with. If you already coupled up, it's definitely saying kicking it your whatever thing you're bringing into the relationship to make it a better thing, or you feel that's going to be a better build to the relationship and your bond. It's saying that your companion is one kicking and fighting, going to be stubborn, or they going to be at a certain point of that they're just going to be real cold about it because they're thinking about their needs first, and they being too one-sided about it. They thinking about their needs first. They kind of like do me forget you kind of thing, and that's what's kind of going on. And then maybe that's why the burden that you feel like is burden, because either you feel like this or your companion feel like this, that you really want to get rid of these issues that's causing a confliction with your bond. But it's like working, well, I would use the term working with a child, but you it's like the attitude is coming back. And then, like I said, some kind of layers of things going on that needs to be cleared out and kind of removed on each level to get back to the core, because it got so much stuff wrapped around it that you're starting to feel confused to a certain point of which way to go at it, and you just almost ready to throw in the towel on it and say, okay, never mind, fuck it, just let the time ride out and hope for the best. That's why maybe miracles is in here, because you're working with a situation of trying to do your best to make the bond tighter. It's either you're doing this or your companion is doing this, that they definitely don't want to work with it for some reason. They putting up a wall, or they putting up this emotional stuff, or is something that's coming up that needs to be worked out in general. And I think you should go back to square one, or the best move to clear something out, go back to the original date that it started, and then track the pattern from that point on and see every day what kept happening, and kind of reverse it from that whole time standpoint, or then looking at everything on a whole plate and trying to eat it. It's like, no, just home it down to the time when stuff started to change, and then kind of rewind it back and say, okay, it changed because of this, this, and this. Let's remove this, 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 and this, and see if the attitude or some of these layers of how stubborn and off the hook your companion is doing can kind of diminish. Either you would need to do this with your companion, or your companion would need to do this with you. Kind of go backpedal and see where everything started, and start working from there to peel out some of these layers of all this stuff going on, so you can get back to the nut issue of what you really want to work on, and that's a true bond in a relationship, or whatever you want to bring in your relationship to be a true benefit to the relationship. So I hope you like this reading. Go ahead and subscribe. Leave your comments at the bottom. You can thumb the video up or down, and I'll talk to you later.